right, good evening. So I think my brain's fixed. So I think that my brain is not chemically unbalanced. I think that like that pain med, like that you get that flush of opium, and that SSRI I took once that worked well for about a week. I got right away. I was clear-headed, as opposed to all the other every other video you've watched me in, being happy or thoughtful or whatever. I'm at a heightened sense of awareness of my surroundings. So it's just like fear, except for it's just as natural as breathing. I think about things that I don't need to think about being safe. And it comes from growing up in a really, really difficult situation. My parents weren't good parents. And it comes from then eventually getting into martial arts, which helped a lot, actually. But that also led me into my security business, where it, like, in martial arts, I fought more than almost everyone I met, because I didn't just do local tournaments. I traveled to do tournaments, and I was always up to get in the ring, and did it as much as I could. And so but that doesn't help if you've got if you're in that agitated, heightened sense of awareness all the time. It doesn't help. And then when I got my security business, I've been in more street fights than anyone I've ever met. Like not even close. Not even people who do bouncer work. And I mean, that was one of the things that led to more fights. Is there were clubs that were hiring lots of people because they're having lots of problems, and eventually they got rid of the people who wouldn't enter into a conflict. And so some nights I would show up, there might be like 500 people in a room, and like there'd be staff, but I was the security. Like, you'd tell me like what my job was, like keep people off the stage, or there'd be like 6 security, and my job would be like keep people from climbing up the sides of the building, keep like if there's a balcony, like keep people from falling off the balcony or climbing up from the outside onto the balcony, like things like that. But sometimes I would literally get told, it's just you, and there would be a big fight on the floor, and I would have to go get involved. I mean, I didn't have to. I could have been like the rest, but like I'm not wired like the rest. Like I'm not wired to see violence and think that it has that I should not get involved. I see violence, and I think that, especially if I'm getting paid, it's my job that I am going to get involved. It doesn't matter how many people are involved. So it's bad. It's bad. It's not bad chemicals in my brain. It's I'd call it more like bad circuitry. And I remember when the SSRI worked for the first time, the only one that worked, and it only worked briefly. I remember walking up to a corner with a friend of mine. We were going to walk around and get some exercise in. So I was already feeling pretty good, because like it's great to hang out with a friend. It's great to get some exercise. And all of a sudden, while I was standing there, I felt that hyper awareness just vanish. Like I was just comfortable, relaxed. I wasn't like paying attention to the traffic or watching who was coming up. I wasn't keeping track of people in parking lots or coming up on the sidewalk. I wasn't looking down the street ahead of me to see, like, is anyone just parking there? Is anyone getting out of their car? And all of that is so second nature that it's just noticing things. I'm not paranoid. I'm not afraid. But I'm noticing and scanning and remembering. Like I'm running math, and I bet you it takes a whole lot of mental energy. I think that's why I have so many actual nightmares, because my brain gets used to doing that behavior all day long, all day, every day. That when I go to sleep, it's recreating the same situations. I have conflict dreams. So right now I work, for the last 2 decades, I work in a place that has got progressively more violent. We now have more security. We have like different deals with fencing and security cameras. 3 of the companies, they're like, you get fines if you put razor wire, that prison circular razor wire. The city will fine you because you're not supposed to have it. There's 3 companies now that have it. So I think that they just think it's cheaper to pay the city's fines and not remove the razor wire. And they also all just now got electric fences. So they have regular fences, and then they had regular barbed wire. And now on top of that, they have razor wire. And behind that, going up even higher, is electric fences. So that's not good for someone like me. Like there's a reason for that, and I see the reason all the time. And I have sometimes, for the people who are supposed to see that, I have to point that out to them. I pick up on patterns of groups of people moving, and some people move and behave in certain ways. Like I see shoplifters like that. Like I see shoplifters immediately. I would be amazing at that job. I was actually offered that job, and I said no way. It's like giving in to my worst nightmare. It's giving into like my heightened ability that I have, but it would send me down the tubes, as far as down the drain, as far as like loving humanity. Like I want to love humanity and not constantly looking for why humanity is a threat. You know, like I'm in this gigantic sea of people here in Portland. Like the population center spreads all directions from here. Like easily like 50 miles, 100 miles in all directions. It's just one massive population center with like small little breaks to no breaks in between them. And so I'm surrounded by strangers my whole life. Like Portland is so big, and I might see so many people in a day and I might never ever see them again or recognize them again. Then when I started this job, I recognized one of the staff members of someone that I got in a physical altercation with and had to kick him out of a bar. And then I would recognize people that came in to my business that I had arrested. So yeah, like there's what I really need is a place that doesn't ramp my nervous system straight through the goddamn roof. And I mean, this is me right now with my nervous system ramped up through the roof. Like the people who know me can't really tell when I'm angry or agitated. I mean, sometimes they can, obviously, but usually I have to mention it, and then there's they might say something like, "Oh, you seem calm," or might even seem happy, and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm incredibly wound up. I'm incredibly angry." But that was one of the things that you come from having. If you've grown up in a really bad situation as a child, you learn not to show other people your emotions. You learn not to show when you've been hurt, because it opens you up to having handles on you. Like if something hurts you, that'll be remembered, and it'll be used to hurt you in the future. It's a handle. It's something to control you. And so you have to pretend that it doesn't. You're not hurt. That didn't hurt you, and you keep all your pain a secret, so other people don't use it against you. So there's been times in my life where, usually through incredible amounts of exercise, my brain felt pretty dialed in. like never completely PTSD free, never completely on my guard, aware of my surroundings, but sometimes comfortable and relaxed. Especially going out when I'd bike out to the coast, and I'd find some thick trees, and I'd like crawl underneath them and drag my bike and my camping gear, and I'd set up a tent that no one can see from the road, and there's no trails that go by those trees, and I would just read and listen to music and walk to the beach and sit there at the beach all day long. And I felt so safe and so isolated, and I felt like I was finally off work. That my heightened awareness could now be like that was my day job, and now I'm on vacation, and I don't need to worry about someone sneaking up behind me and stealing my things or attacking me, or even my coworkers stealing my things. Even the people closest to you hurting you, like physically hurting you, or taking your things, or saying something intentionally to hurt you. Yeah, it's one of the promises I make really easily to others. Like, I'm always going to be honest, I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm never going to intentionally hurt you. Absolutely guarantee it.